Alright, welcome back to my channel. This is part 1 of what if Asta was the reincarnation of, well, Diablo, the demon king from another world. Now, how I'm going to do this is like this. Once Diablo finally dies, he's at the max level, meaning he has max stamina, max health, max mana, and everything like that. I hurt. So, Asta will be receiving all of his powers and some of his looks. Meaning he has his white hair, but Asta already had whitest hair, but now he has complete white hair. He has red eyes. He has the mark. You see on his cheek? He has that mark. But the horns are going to slowly grow in. Now, when Asta was born, he was still born in the same place he was. I cannot remember what that place was. He's still born there, and then basically his family dropped him off at the church with basically. Now, so Asta was already conscious. Basically he can notice everything around him. So he basically saw his parents, what they look like. Which I'm gonna go with what it say in the story. Like it is like, well, that woman that looked like Asta. I'm just gonna say that's Asta's mother. I don't know who his father is. They say it's that dude. Forgot his name. I think it's Dante, but I don't know. Oh yeah, let me let you guys know right now. I haven't watched Black Clover in a while. I haven't watched the anime. I read the manga, some of it, but I haven't watched the What If on Black Clover. So I just wanted to make one. So this is basically like I said, what if Asta was Diablo? So Asta know who his parents are. He know who his parents are. He knows that is a royal. Basically, that was a prince, and that he had to basically vacate his castle. The reason he knows this is because the people that dropped off, was saying that, goodbye, my little prince. If it hadn't been for the the attack that basically the Dark Triads did, you would, soon have grown up. And I think it's the Spade. I don't know. It's one of the kingdoms. I cannot remember. I think it's Spade. I'm sorry, I cannot remember which kingdom it is. But it says you would have, one day grew up to be the king of that kingdom. And I'm sure you would have did wonderful things. But I'm sorry that we have to leave you here. As, his parent, that the man, his caretaker still gives, the pendant that his parents told him to give him. Now, Asta's name is Asta Diablo. So, when the man leaves, later on, the father, he opens his door to see Asta and to see, he brings them both inside. He sees, he looks at him, basically this kid basically just tired or sleeping right now. He's mostly calm, and he has a pendant, so that means that their family didn't abandon you because of no reason. Basically they had a reason for abandoning him. In which, when Asta feel like he might tell, about his parents, he might tell them, but right now he isn't going to tell them, like nowhere close to this part. Like probably not in this part, probably the next one or something like that, or a couple of parts down. So the father sees his name is and he goes to Asta. So he sees this boy with red eyes and white hair. As Asta just looking at him with his red eyes, and the man feels a little bit uncomfortable. And he's wondering why this kid seems like he knows what he's doing. He goes to touch Asta. Asta just kick him and planted that man in a wall. But since Asta is stronger than what he was in canon, the man, he nearly goes outside the wall. It's gonna say his arm gets stuck outside the wall. As the man says, Jesus, when did they make kids like this so strong? As he pulls his hand out the wall and he says, I'm gonna have to get that fixed. So we fast forward later in life. We see little basically using his wind magic. So I'm gonna say you unlock your magic at 4. Cause most things in my what ifs happen at 4. Naruto, his abuse started at 4. Deku, his quirk, depending on which way the story gonna go, his quirk started at 4. I had a really, really good idea, but okay, I'm gonna tell you this now. I have a what if coming out soon. It's gonna tell you the premise, not gonna tell you the way it's going. It's what if Deku was a swordsman. Now, I have a very good idea how I want this story to go. So I'm not gonna tell you guys how to do it. I'm going to basically wait for you guys to see what it's like. So you guys can speculate how you think it's gonna go, but it's not gonna go like most of you guys are thinking. So let me get back to the story. So unlocks his wind magic. He started practicing with it, basically having fun with it because he's only 4, still a kid. Asta doesn't show signs of magic, but everyone can feel his magic. Like his magic is off the charts, like is. But Asta has way more magic than So it comes time where the father gives the message to go to the next village to basically something. I forgot what that was. The message was. But goes out. The drunk dude, still steals his pendant and start beating. After a while, Asta gets worried, so he rushes out. He sees the drunk man beating up, and Asta gets he's livid. He's very mad to the point where his eyes start to glow. He walks up behind and he basically knocks out, and he tells this man, "You shall pay for hurting my friend. No, not my friend, my brother. For I am Diablo, the demon king from another world." As he puts his hand forward, and he says, I forgot what it's called. It's that move that he used on that the fallen warrior. That dude, the lizard thing, or wolf, whatever. I don't know what it was. He used it to suck him up to the world of infinite darkness. The universe of infinite darkness, like a black hole thing. That was used. He sucked the man up, and that no, that did not. No, I ain't mean to sound like that. He used the black hole on that man, and then basically the man went to the world of eternal darkness. So the man's dead, as you could say. And yes, I'm going with that. Asta will kill whenever he gets too far gone. Basically, he loses control. He go back to his Demon King mode. So this when Asta's horns start to grow. From basically his powers basically going far past what he naturally used. So with his powers basically, it's like an awakening. So his powers basically awakening. Now wakes up. Asta's carrying him back home. Asks Asta what happened. He says he just made the man run off. Says okay, and he's happy that basically Asta, someone he sees as a basically big brother, because Asta is older than From what I want to believe. I don't care what nobody else say. Asta's older than in my heart, even though they both the same age. Now how this works? Asta is 1 minute older than Like, Asta was born 1 minute older than 1 minute ahead of And I cannot believe I don't like babies. Babies just see. Ever since my cousin was born, I just could not like babies again. I started to think that she the devil. And my birthday was supposed to be born on 666, and I think she the devil. Whatever. Okay, let's keep going. So sooner or later, Sister Lily is there. The other kids are there now. Asta still works on his body because he still keeps that kind of muscle head mentality. But he is smarter than what he was. Way smarter than what he was, in fact. And he also has magic, but he sees the importance of having a built body. So he has the same, well, not the same body type in canon. He's taller, basically, and he has muscles. Basically, he's built. He's not to what he looks like right now, because that would be Asta when he's 20 or older. So basically just a 15, I think. 15, 16, something like that. So I'm gonna skip time to where it's time for the Grimoire celebration, Grimoire Tower, stuff like that. So you see Asta, he's sitting on top of the demon head skull, and he's thinking, says, so this thing beneath me used to be a demon. I can sense this remaining power that was left over here. He was quite weak for a demon. And then Asta looks to his left and says, and that's supposed to be the Wizard King. His power is quite great. It does not rival mine, but it's quite great. Now, if you guys wondering if I'm bringing in the other two, basically the elf and I forgot what the other thing is called. I know cat, but I forgot what they call it. Nico, cat girl. The elf and the cat girl. Yeah, I'm not gonna bring them in here. I'm sorry. I just don't want to. Man, I just want to do the swordsman one right now. Yeah, the swordsman one is gonna be very great. Yeah, what if Deku was swordsman? A world where they fear the sword. Two conflicting sides. Good and evil battle it out like any other story. So let's keep going. This one, comes up basically telling Asta it's time for the Grimoire ceremony. And Asta says, okay. So they go to the Grimoire ceremony. Asta doesn't really show his power to most people. Like, he don't show his power at all most of the time. Because, his horns, they are now fully grown on the side of his head. Like, you see right now. But people do think weird. And it is kind of weird that Asta standing in church. Well, let's look back at this. Most animes that have main characters with demon-like powers, they stay in churches. Like Shinra, he was in a church. Who else? Asta, had the anti-magic. Rin Okumura and his brother Yukira Okumura, they were both in the church, and they're the sons of Satan. I don't know any other, so I'm not gonna say anything else. So let's keep going. They get there, they're standing, waiting for the Grimoire ceremony to start. It starts, and still gets the 4-leaf clover Grimoire. Now, Asta's just standing there. He doesn't get his Grimoire yet. And then the anti-magic demon senses another demon. He says, another demon dares come here. But he senses again. He says, no. He's different. He's stronger. Way stronger. And he isn't your typical demon. He's not like our demons. What is he? Asta, this whole time, he wasn't really paying attention to anybody else, because he was facing, focusing on the anti-magic demon. So anti-magic demon basically looks at him through his grimoire. He sees that Asta is looking in his direction, and he just sees like in the back of Asta, because Asta is somewhat dressed in like peasant clothing, but he sees like his shadow, and his shadow materializes to show Diablo like this picture. Basically, the eyes, face, hair, and things like that, with this thing in his hand, and he just gets scared. So he just thinks, this kid, he has the strength to help me get revenge on basically those bastards. So he thinks about making Asta his next host, because he sees that don't seem like Asta will be affected by his grimoire, basically because Asta has limitless mana. So the grimoire tower starts to shake as the wall, you hear bang, 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 boom, as the book broke through the wall. Flew directly towards Asta, and it started to glow red. As Asta touched it, it went from that dirty looking color to basically looking like a purple book, basically with red markings on it, and the grim leaf, the 5 grim leaf is different. Instead of being like the black color that it was in was it canon, it actually gets a different color. It turns white. So he has a red book with purple and white. Everyone is shocked by this because they never seen the 5-leaf clover before. Now they did the protector of the castle, not castle, the Grimoire Tower. He never saw one too. So after this is over, and Asta are walking out. As they're walking out, the nobles do try to attack them, but washed them up like he did in canon. This one, chain magic user comes up. He wraps up. He takes his grimoire. Asta sees this, gets a little bit livid. He says, don't attack my brother, and basically like that. And then he rushes the chain magic user. Not want to use his grimoire yet because he don't know what it is. He don't know the magic right now. As he punches the grimoire, nope, not the grimoire, the chain magic user, back him drop, his book. He gives, back his book, gets out. This when the chain magic user start to get a little bit serious. He start using all the chains. He try to sense Asta's magic when he wrap him up in the chains, but he cannot sense it. He don't know what's happening. He cannot sense his magic. So he says Asta, basically it's useless. He don't have any magic. In which Asta says, "Oh, I have magic. It's just that you cannot sense it. That's how great it is." And he says, prove it. As Asta basically just says, "I'll try to basically bring my magic on a level that you can probably feel." As Asta tries his hardest to bring his magic down to a level that the man can feel, and then it gets to, basically he brings down enough to where the man feels it, and it's like he's feeling a captain's magic. Like, it is so vast. It's beyond the captain. He do not know what he's sensing. He starts to shake as Asta says, no, basically that you have, basically pissed me off, and he's going to have retribution. This is when the grimoire opens up to show the anti-magic, demon sword. As Asta grabs it, cuts the chains, he says, "Wait, what? How?" As Asta blitzes him, slams the sword inside of on him, sending him into the wall, and the dude is knocked out. Now Asta knows how to use the anti-magic sword, but he says it's not my style. As he changes it, what does he change it to? Well, one of my favorite weapons, the scythe. If you watch the anime, you know that Diablo has a scythe. He actually bought it so he can actually fight people without killing them. I don't know why would you buy a scythe if you want to fight someone and not kill them. Like, that's one of the main reasons that weapon was made, for the Grim Reaper, so he can kill people. But I digress. And it looks just like it did in the anime. I don't have a picture of it, so I cannot tell you what it looked like. I was just saying it had skulls, basically. And it had a very sharp blade that he used to cut people. Well, he didn't cut people with. He didn't cut them with it. No, basically, he just hit a couple people with it. I don't know. I cannot remember. It's been a while. They need to make a season 2. I really want a season 2 of that. Oh, yeah, so I've also been thinking about what if Madara was the brother of Jonah from... Basically, what if Madara was the brother of Jonah or was in Normangon? But, like I know I was already doing a Normangon what if, but I haven't rewatched the season. Basically, I haven't rewatched it, so I cannot tell you all the things that happened. That's why I haven't started that. I have so many ideas, that's why it's so hard for YouTube, because ADHD gives you a lot of ideas, gives you a lot of thinking time. So let's just get back to the story. So the 10-month training happened. Asta gets used to his scythe again, basically using it. He uses more of his magic, so more people, sees, the extent of his magic. He sees the dark pressed. He sees the thing that he used against that all the fallens on that bridge. That white flower, something like that. No, something Nova. Asta showed, basically told, to stand behind him. Did Asta, there was somewhere out of everyone's, basically view. He says, no, something Nova. Can't remember what it was. As it comes, sees this little white orb. He says, it looks, harmless. As it went and it touched the ground, and, saw everything in front of it get completely destroyed. And, says, yeah, harmless. Yeah, that's not harmless. He sees the dark bullets. He sees the flame, the frost, all that. He sees everything that Asta can do. Well, not everything, because Asta only showed him that couple of things. And Asta can do way, way much more. Way much more, believe me. I don't think that's the extent of his magic, because from what his level is, he never showed us any other magics than those in the anime. So I wouldn't presume that he has way other magics, seeing as he is labeled himself as a demon king. But he also has the ability to negate all magic. Yeah, the ring that negates magic. Yeah, he didn't have it on against the Unchained Mage. Even though he wears it almost every day, he did not have it on against the Chain Mage, so that does not count. I want to say he didn't have it on because, for that part to happen, so he didn't have it on. So now he has it on. He tells you, to shoot magic at him. Does, and he sees the magic repels itself back at himself. And, is happy that he made weak wind blast so he can negate them easily with stronger ones. And, just thinks Asta overall is a force to be reckoned with. So, after a while, they get ready to go to the, not the Grimoire, the night selection. So, they go. So, Asta and in this one can actually ride a broom, and he rides like a professional, like does. And he don't really need a broom to fly, but he just uses it because he can. So, he gets there, and basically, they get there earlier. So they just chill. They walk around the city a few times and see a lot of things. And then when it comes time for the exam, they go in, they register. The man is shocked, like in Candy when shows his 4-leaf clover, but he's even more shocked when the Asta shows his 5-leaf clover. He's like he never seen a 5-leaf clover before. So, they're walking out. Now, Asta still bumps into, Captain Yami, but not because the birds. He just wasn't paying attention, not really caring. And Yami goes to grab Asta's head. He does so, and he's trying to squish his head. But he is not feeling his head squish at all. And Asta just says, huh? What do you think you're doing? As he swats, Captain Yami's hand away so easily, Yami is shocked. And then when Fenrir comes over, it tells Yami to come up to the stand with all the other magic knight captains. Now, the magic birds that can send some mana and stuff like that, none go by Asta. I mean, even people that's by Asta with low mana, the bird's not even by them. So Asta just goes to a wall, he sits on it. And people that had low mana, basically the birds came back over to where they were. But when Asta was walking and had birds by people that he walked by, they all got out the way. And the captain just saw this, so they said, no, they deduct that Asta has very large mana reserves. This when Nero comes and sit on Asta's head, and Asta immediately knows. So he looks at Nero and says, oh yes, here's the thing. Asta knows that a devil is inside his grimoire, but he isn't gonna talk to it yet. I'm gonna do that part when he talks to the devil. He's gonna do that after he gets ready to go to sleep. After basically, when I get there. I'm gonna tell you when I get there. He starts talking to Nero and says, little bird, or should I say little girl, what are you doing here? As Nero was shocked that someone can tell that she is not a bird. As also keeps saying and talk to her. Nod your head yes if you are here because something important is going to happen in the near future. As she nods, she says, okay. Nod your head yes if something bad happened in the past that you had to take this form. As she nods, says, okay, I got you. So, I hate my windows. Hate light. So, the magic night exams happen. I forgot the first test. I think it's the flying test. So Asta uses the broom. He goes up there with they just floating up there, just standing on it. So they give them full marks. Next is basically the magic. I think it's the creation. So Asta uses earth magic. He basically creates a statue of himself. It looks just like him, but it looks like a kid him. Not him right now. It looks like kid him without his horns. Which some people thought it was weird that he had horns, but they just thought it was a prop. They thought it was a prop. Yeah, they thought it was a prop at first, but not really many people know that they're real. Except, he knows that they're real. Even, Yami, he knows that they're real because when he touched Asta's head, he didn't feel anything right there, like no string, no wires, no nothing that's holding, the horns there. Now it's the basically after all that's done, all the tests, the targeting thing, Asta just uses Dark Bullet with his finger, cause Asta is not gonna have the staff. He is gonna have the staff. I'm gonna implement it into later parts when that time comes. But he just uses his finger. Says basically he don't say the magic because he got to past it. He got past that level saying the magic name. He just thinks about the magic and it's happens. So he says Dark Bullet as it shoots a lot of magic dark bullets. So now it's the battle of his hams. Now the same noble, the haha guy, he still want to fight Asta. Even though he saw Asta's stuff, he still think that he's stronger than Asta. Because he thinks that Asta was basically weak. Because Asta didn't show that much power. So they get ready and Asta decides he's going to use his Grimoire this time. So the high guy basically provoked Asta. Asta does not like being provoked. So when they say start, Asta does the same thing he did in Canon or Diablo, whichever one you want to say. He pulls out his scythe, slashes right through the magic, and then punches the high guy very hard into the wall, knocking him out. Everyone is shocked. Still watches the noble he did in Canon. And everyone puts their hand up for but he's still choosing the Golden Dawns. Now, a lot of people put their hand up for Asta because most of them don't even know what his magic is. Because they saw him use earth magic. They saw him use dark magic. They saw him use, well, whatever magic he just used to summon a weapon. So most people don't put their hands up because they don't know what his magic is. So they feel what they don't know. So most people don't even know what his powers are. So they're not going to vote for him. But you know who does? Y'all mad. Yeah, man. Y'all mad. Y'all mad. Now, Yami votes for him. The Praying Mantis dude votes for him. And Vungus, not Vungus, no. Leopold, no, I forgot his name. I forgot. The captain of the not Golden Dawns. The Golden, not, no. I forget these niggas' name. Whatever. He just goes with Yami. And they ask him why he picked Yami. He just says, it feels like I'll have fun with him. As he says that, he just start walking away. As Yami is happy that he just got another monster. So they leave after Austin, say goodbye. They get there to the place. Now, Asta also has copy magic. It's not like copy magic, as you can say. He basically just look at your magic, he can replicate it. Because he simply has all magic. So, as they're about to walk in, Magna still did the fireball like he did in Canon. So, it went flying through the door towards Asta. But having the ring, the Demi King ring that, basically reflects off magic, as soon as it came towards Asta, it deflected right back towards Magna, hitting him in the face. And everyone was shocked by this. Yami was basically surprised and he was happy to see that. And then Yami says everyone shut up, basically, and start making noise as he breaks a wall. And basically, Yami introduces Asta to everyone, and everyone introduces themselves to Asta. And Vanessa asks Asta if those horns are real. He says, yeah. So she goes and touches them and says they are real. That's cool and stuff like that. So Magna still asks Yami, can he do what is it called? Baptism? Yami says, no. I want to see some of Asta's moves. Says, sure, why not? As they go, and Magnus says you don't have to basically, you can use your magic, but just don't get hit or something like that. So the physical part, Asta did way better than what he did in Canon, being stronger. He basically now, Magnus used a lot of magic at Asta, but all of it gets repelled back against him. And the Magnus gets angry at the point in time. He says, use your Grimoire. As Asta pulls out his scythe and he says, show me what you can do. As Magnus shoots that, giant fireball at him, Asta just cuts it right in half with his scythe. Basically, and now basically it splits into parts and then it disappears. Everyone is shocked by this, but they just goes about it and basically invites Asta to the Black Bulls. His headband, which he still has, it gets modified by what's her name? Vanessa. Now, Noelle was still watching Asta and Asta noticed this. So he looks up, he looks dead at Noelle, and Noelle is shocked by this that Asta noticed him, her. Asta just, smiles at her, and after everyone leaves, Asta teleports to where Noelle is. And she is shocked that Asta can teleport. And Asta says, so, you like what you saw? And she says, basically she don't care what a peasant like you have to do anything with it. Not Deku. Asta says, I do not like it when royalty or basically nobles always think they're above everyone. Just because you are royalty or noble, you're still human. You're still able to die just as the same as most people. There shouldn't be a hierarchy inside this world. You all should be helping each other. Helping each other accomplish their goals, not putting each other down. As Noelle is listening to this, she is a little bit mad that Asta basically said he don't care about no rules and stuff like that. Asta then makes her see the truth. He forces her to see the truth. He forces her to notice that basically just because someone is born of different class does not make them any better or any worse. Who walked into the hallway? Whatever. So, Noelle changes in this one for the better. And there is no ship for this one. Like, there wasn't one in Black Clover. And sometimes I be getting tired of you guys shipping characters that I don't want to be shipped with. And some of that don't have ships. Like, the Swordsman Deku, like I was talking about, it won't have a ship because I'm not shipping anyone with them. Because that's the way I see it going. And when I did the, what if Jonah had the skills of Nick Fury, I did not want to see Jonah paired up with Coco or basically Thalmet. Because I did not see that going that way. Because after all, he is a kid. Only 12 years old. Not 12. I think he's 14. I don't know. He's somewhere around 12, 14, something like that. Probably my age. I'm 14. I don't know. Oh yeah, so I'm going to try to post more. So I'm going to have to rewatch What If Naruto Died. See how much tail BC has so I can tell you how he gets the other ones. And then tell you what is going to happen when he gets all the Shell Beast. And other things that's coming, to the rest of the parts. Because what I'm going to do with that is going to be very interesting. And the Huey Deku, like I said, I'm going to redo that. I already made a part for that, but I'm going to redo the part that I made because I don't like the way I did it. So, after basically his talk with Noelle sees what she is doing in life. She sees how her mother used to act, from what her brothers and stuff like that talked about. And they always said that her mother was full of kindness, and so like that. Her mother was full of kindness, and she was strong, even though at first she could not control her magic. Asta then tells her, basically, after she told her about, Asta about, her family. Because she had to, because Asta basically compelled her to. So he tells her something. Let me ask you something, he says. Do you hear the voices in your head? Are they telling you you're a failure? Or are they telling you to go back? Or are they telling you just to give up? because you're weak. Don't listen to these voices. Let the voices die down. Then rise up. Rise up and take upon your crown. Not the crown of everyone else's that came before you. No, take your crown. The crown destined for you. Because you in your own right are great. You're not like your brothers and your sister. You are Noelle Silva. So be Noelle Silva. Instead of basically your mother, don't be your mother, don't be your brother, don't be your sister. Be the best you can be. Now, with this encouragement from Asta, she feels something transform, and she gets a little bit control over her magic because the voices inside of her head, her self-doubt, it starts to fade away slowly, but in time it might be gone. Now Austin says he's gonna help her train her basically how to use her magic and stuff like that. And he says he has a good insulator for her as he pulls out a wand. He gives it to her and says you can use this to focus your magic. As she thanks Asta, but she doesn't have any magic skills right now. So the next day after Asta goes to sleep, well, I'm gonna explain what I was talking about the other time. So about the anti-magic demon. As Asta goes to sleep, he goes inside the Grimoire. He sees the anti-magic demon. As the anti-magic demon says, well, hello. And basically, you finally came to greet me. As Asta says, huh. So you're the demon inside of my Grimoire. Well, hello. My name is Diablo, the Demon King from another world. As basically the demon says, well, since we are introducing ourselves, and I sense that your incredible power is far greater than mine. My name is Libe, the anti-magic demon. And Sasta says, okay. Okay, Libe. As Asta's mother gave Asta away because of the curse that she had of draining people's mana. She thought that would affect Asta, but Asta know that she had the curse because, like I said, he was conscious of everything that was happening when he was a baby. As he, basically snaps his finger and Libe goes back to his, regular form that he looked like when he was a child. Libe is wondering what your power is that great to reveal my, basically true form. As Asta says, Libe, it seems that you have forgotten me. As Libe is like, what do you mean forgotten you? As Asta says, you don't remember your own brother. Well, adopted brother. You are mine adopted brother. As he tells about the mother, basically mother, and Libe is shocked that basically his mother figure is Asta's mother. So basically Libe takes a liking to Asta even more, and he tells Asta why he's here, and Asta gets pissed. Because he finds out his mom is dead. Because he just thought that she was internal exiling herself. Because basically her power. But he says that his mother is dead. He had to seal himself in his book so that the demons could not come after him. As Asta walks up and he hugs Libe and says it's going to be alright. And basically he is a little bit mad because his mother died. So whenever he sees the demon that killed him, he's going to kill that demon. Which I think it was Lucifer who killed him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lucifer who killed her. Hold on. I got to drink of water. I have to take a piece of water. Not a piece. There's no such thing as a piece of water. Okay, let's get back to the story. I'm sorry about that. I had to take a water break. So, after that's all over, the next morning, they're in a common area, and Luck shows Asta around everywhere. Because he just showed him to his room like last time. Luck showed Asta everywhere. Asta already knows the place moves around because he had that pillar in front of his door like he did in the canyon. But he avoids it this time. He doesn't walk into it. Something just hit my window. So, Asta does his chores. Noelle is still outside practicing her magic. Because Asta and Noelle already met. He sweeps the floor. He cleans it pretty fast using water magic. He feeds the beast. The beasts are too scared of him to basically bite him. Just like Captain Yami is, they're scared of him. Because they can feel his mana and they can feel just the bloodlust he can give off. Because Asta can give off a little bit, very, very high bloodlust. As Asta finishes everything, he goes outside to see Noelle practicing her magic. When he steps on a twig, Noelle still goes out of control because she still, basically, like I said, she's getting better, but she still has that fear of basically being put down, told that she's never nothing or never going to amount to nothing. So she still loses control. Asta jumps back. And Captain Yami and everyone else comes out. Captain Yami says, "Kid, do you think you can do something about it?" Asta says, "Well, I could, yes." So Yami says, "Do something about it, Asta says, "Okay." As he pulls out the scythe, because he knows he can, negate all magic. And he don't want to, get touched by the water because he knows that's going to repel it back to them. So Asta, jumps up and he starts flying, which shocks everyone else. As he gets to the bubble, he cuts it. He grabs Noelle and he flies down. And Noelle's just waiting to get basically bombarded with basically just hate and stuff like that. She's waiting to just get told that she's nothing, she's useless and everything else. But then she gets showered in compliments. Asta says she has a lot of magic and it's going to take her a while before she can actually control it, but she's on the right path so far. What's her name? Vanessa says, "If you want, I can help you with controlling your magic some." Everyone just started showering her with compliments. She was never used to this before, so it was kind of different for her. As they do eventually say that we're all a bunch of freaks, outcasts, stuff like that, so why would we judge someone else? So they still get their mission after Yami and Magnus get gambled out their clothes and everything else. So they go to the village. No, they said they have a mission. Asta, since he can't fly on a broom and he can't fly, so Noelle goes on the crazy cyclone. So they get there a lot sooner, and they kill all the boars. They bring them with them because the villagers might want to eat them and stuff like that. Use them as trading. So since they got there a lot earlier, the what's they called again? That group that was there before them, the ice mages and stuff like that, they're not there yet. But then they get there and they start, doing the thing that they did in Canyon. But since everyone else is already inside the town square, basically in the center, because looking at all the food and stuff like that, all the dead boars and stuff, they round them up easier. But since Asta and everyone else was there protecting them, they had to protect them. Now the little girl, Asta, he could have done something, but he wants to see how Noelle would do and how Magna would do. So he just waited And the little girl asks Noelle if she's going to protect him like she did in Canyon, which gave her sea dragon lair, in which she uses. And Asta sees this as a perfect chance, so he blitzes out, punches one dude, looks at another dude. He used a spell to basically put him under hypnosis, and he just dropped down. The one dude tried to shoot some magic at him. It repels and hit him, knocking him out. And then Ice dude says no. Basically, he's like, "What is he?" As Asta pulls out his scythe, blitzes him, and smashes into him. Basically, makes the dude knock out. So Asta took down every single one of the people in less than a couple of seconds, and everyone was shocked. Now they try to question the people. They try to, being the key word, because they still commit suicide. Now Nero still brings the stone. Asta takes it and says, "Why did you give me this?" No, Nero, because Nero don't want to speak. She don't. Asta asks, "Is this something important?" No, nods her head. Asta says, "Okay, I'll keep it close." So he puts stone in his pocket, basically keeping it close to him. The village elder says you can keep it, basically keep it as a conversation for basically saving our lives. So the village elder is still alive in this one, the village chief, whatever. They go back to the hideout and they get a gold star like they did in Canon. Now this one, I'll leave this part off. Thanks for watching. Peace out. See you guys in the next one. God damn it.